On the savage slopes of K2 at 8,611 meters, the world's deadliest peak, a haunting legacy of 3 climbers remains etched in ice and stone. They are not just casualties, they are permanent landmarks, frozen warnings on the path to the summit. But how did Alison Hargreaves, a pioneer who shattered every ceiling, Rolf Bae, a polar hero of immense strength, and Jerzy Kukuczka, a relentless Polish legend who redefined Karakorum climbing, along with other unforgettable souls, become the most famous bodies on K2? Subscribe to our channel Epic Tragedies, and stay with us till the end to uncover the stories behind these legends, audacity, heartbreak, and the unforgiving grip of mountains that still captivates climbers and dreamers alike. Alison Hargreaves. Born in 1962 in Derbyshire, England, Alison Hargreaves developed a love for wild places early on. As a child, she found both refuge and challenge in the rugged hills of the Peak District. By her teens, she was already making a name for herself, establishing climbing routes on local crags, a remarkable feat in the male-dominated climbing world of the 1970s. Fiercely independent, Alison balanced motherhood with her passion for climbing after marrying fellow climber Jim Ballard. Even with 2 young children, Tom and Kate, her drive never faltered. She became legendary in British climbing circles for her uncompromising style, soloing difficult climbs and training relentlessly, even carrying her toddler son on her back while hiking. For Alison, climbing was more than a sport, it was her identity. Her reputation soared in 1993 and 1994 when she soloed all the great north faces of the Alps in a single season: the deadly Eiger North Face, the towering Grandes Jorises, and the iconic Matterhorn. These rapid, unsupported ascents showcased her mental strength and technical skill. The British press named her the finest female climber of her generation, though Alison rejected labels, insisting simply on being a climber. Her ambitions grew. Alison aimed to summit Earth's 3 highest peaks, Everest, K2, and Kanchenjunga, all solo, without bottled oxygen or Sherpa support, within a single year. On May 13, 1995, she reached Everest's summit alone, dedicating the victory to her children. It was a testament to determination and preparation, defying convention on the highest stage. Yet, her greatest challenge awaited on K2, the Savage Mountain. Notorious for technical difficulty, unpredictable weather, and a fatality rate far higher than Everest, K2 had never been soloed without supplemental oxygen. In July 1995, Alison joined an international team for this historic ascent, writing letters home and reaffirming her belief in living life fully rather than just existing. The expedition faced relentless storms. Base camp was battered, and weeks passed in snowbound waiting. Alison's diary reflected the mood. The mountain is speaking, and she is saying no. But in August, the weather shifted. Pressure mounted as multiple teams united for a summit push. On August 13th, Alison stood atop K2's summit, oxygen-free and without fanfare, an act of breathtaking boldness. Tragically, the descent proved deadly. A fierce storm unleashed high winds, freezing cold, and whiteout conditions on the exposed slopes. Communications were lost. Trapped on the upper mountain, climbers fought to survive the brutal night. Alison, exhausted and battered, was seen near the bottleneck. But when the storm cleared, she and 5 others had vanished, swept from the ridge or buried by the mountain's wrath. Her remains were never found. News of her death stunned the world. Britain mourned, while debate ignited about a mother risking so much with young children waiting. Advocates responded fiercely, "We would never have asked that of a man." Tragically, Alison's son Tom would later follow her path and share her fate on Nanga Parbat. Alison Hargreaves became a symbol of female empowerment, human courage, and the fragile divide between ambition and fate. Her story teaches us to live boldly, respect nature's fury, and balance dreams with love and responsibility. Her legacy endures, etched on the Eiger, K2, and in the hearts of those who admire those who dare greatly. As one storm claims a legend, another story awaits. Rolf Bae, whose Arctic expertise led him to K2's brutal slopes in 2008. Next, discover the tragic story of Rolf Bae. Like and subscribe to follow his journey. Rolf Bae. Born in 1975 in Norway, a land forged by icy fjords and northern lights, Rolf Bae was shaped by extremes from a young age. He was drawn to vast snowbound forests, cross-country ski trails, and frost-covered granite cliffs, growing into a humble adventurer with great respect for nature. In Oslo, Rolf founded an outdoor survival school, teaching cold weather navigation and crevasse rescue, skills that would prove vital in his expeditions. By his late 20s, he blended technical skill with an explorer's spirit, gaining respect across polar and mountaineering communities. Long before K2, Rolf specialized in Arctic and Antarctic travel, logging thousands of miles in Earth's harshest environments. In 2000, with his wife Cecilie Skog, he completed the first unsupported crossing of Greenland, a feat requiring stamina, risk management, and expert navigation. They later crossed Antarctica's inland ice and attempted Patagonian peaks. In 2006, Rolf, Cecilie, and teammate Eirik Sundland skied over 3,800 kilometers across Antarctica without motorized aid, surviving endless wideouts through calm ingenuity and deep purpose, qualities Rolf embodied. His journeys weren't for glory but to inspire others, emphasizing careful preparation and teamwork. Colleagues recall him as understated, generous, and a unifying presence, traits vital on K2. In 2008, Rolf set his sights on K2, the Savage Mountain. He joined an international summer expedition alongside Cecilie, who had already made history as the first woman to climb both Everest and K2. Despite brutal weather, the team forged ahead, preparing for K2's infamous bottleneck, a narrow, treacherous ice corridor beneath unstable seracs. High camp was tense but hopeful. On August 1st, multiple teams launched a coordinated summit bid. Rolf meticulously checked ropes and anchors and supported less experienced climbers. Both he and Cecilie reached the summit, an extraordinary achievement. But the descent brought disaster. As dusk fell below the bottleneck, a massive serac collapsed, severing fixed ropes and sending ice crashing down. Stranded above 8,000 meters, climbers battled exhaustion and oxygen deprivation. Survivors described Rolf as calm and steady, guiding others and offering reassurance as darkness deepened. Tragically, shifting ice swept him away in the night. Cecilie, fighting for her own life nearby, witnessed his final moments. The disaster claimed 11 lives, K2's deadliest single event. Like many victims on those slopes, Rolf's body was never found. His death shocked exploration communities. More than a statistic, he was a mentor who championed risk management, teamwork, and humility. In Norway, he embodied modern polar heroism. His passing reignited debates on K2 risks, fixed ropes ethics, the deadly death zone, and how thin air magnifies errors. Experts scrutinized what went wrong, reminding us that even the best can be undone. Rolf's legacy lives on in his lessons. Courage and caution go hand in hand. The will to help others must never waver, and while mountains inspire awe, they always command ultimate respect. Next, delve into the story of Jerzy Kukuczka, the Polish legend who redefined Himalayan climbing with winter ascents and the legendary Polish line on K2. Like and subscribe to follow his incredible journey. Jerzy Kukuczka. Born in 1948 in Katowice, Poland, Jerzy Kukuczka grew up shaped by post-war hardship and resilience. Under communist rule with limited resources, he found his calling not through privilege, but through a relentless will to explore. Early climbs in the rugged Silesian Beskids set him apart in a landscape many avoided. Trained as an electrician and factory worker, Jerzy's fierce curiosity and determination fueled the spirit of a generation of Polish mountaineers. Using homemade gear and scant supplies, he tirelessly pursued opportunities with the Polish Tatra climbing community, forging the self-sufficiency that would define his career. Kukuczka's name is legendary in high-altitude mountaineering. In under 8 years, an extraordinary pace, he became only the second person ever to summit all 14 8,000ers, the world's highest peaks. What truly distinguished him were the daring ways he climbed, all but one via new routes or in brutal winter conditions, a record still unbeaten. His first winter ascents of Dhaulagiri, Kanchenjunga, and Annapurna showcased exceptional skill and mental toughness. In 1986, with Tadeusz Piotrowski, he forged the Polish line on K2's south face, a direct, punishing route never repeated, now etched in climbing history. Climbing not for luxury but through innovation and audacity, Kukuczka often wore patched clothing, crafted his own crampons, and rationed supplies. Along with fellow ice warriors, he redefined Himalayan winter climbing through discipline and relentless determination. After conquering the highest summits, Kukuczka sought new challenges. In autumn 1989, his sights turned to Lhotse's formidable south face, known for its steep, icy slopes and unstable seracs. Unfazed by the risks, he and partner Ryszard Pawlowski moved camp by camp in pure alpine style under relentless weather. Tragedy struck on October 24, 1989. While pushing for the summit, Jerzy's harness failed, and he plummeted over 2,000 feet to his death in the rarefied air that had shaped his legend. His loss shocked the climbing world. Tributes poured in globally. Reinhold Messner, the first to complete all 14 8,000ers, proclaimed, "He was greater than me." Jerzy was remembered not just as a titan but as a humble, brilliant climber who maximized every possibility despite scant resources, catalyzing the Polish golden age of Himalayan exploration. His legacy endures. Polish climbers still revere him, and the Polish line remains one of the most iconic, unrepeated routes in the Karakoram, a benchmark for winter ascents. Perhaps his deepest lesson lies in his attitude to hardship. For Kukuczka, mountains were masters, sources of humility, discipline, and camaraderie. He wrote, "One has to climb up not just to stand on a summit, but to face hardship, and in doing so, to rise above oneself." Thank you for joining us on this gripping journey through the haunting tales of the three climbers whose bodies have become eternal symbols on K2's savage slopes. Their stories remind us that climbing is not just about standing on summits, but about respecting the mountain's uncompromising power and legacy. If these stories moved you, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to honor these legends and discover more epic tales. Share your thoughts and reflections in the comments below.